You've been told that if you're just nice enough, the right woman will eventually see you. But what if that very belief is the reason she scrolls past you, again, before breakfast? Tonight, in the next 10 minutes, I'll show you why her thumb moved faster than your feelings, and why the rules you've been playing by were written for a game that ended in 2012. If you've ever muttered, "It is too late for me," stay, because the first truth alone flips the board so hard you will wonder why no one ever pointed at the obvious. I'm the guy who used to plan third dates around Pinterest cafes I secretly hated, just to prove I was different. I'd memorized playlists she mentioned, bought the books she dog-eared, and still got the text. I think you're amazing, but what? The translation is, you feel like a friend I didn't ask for. One night, phone glowing at 2:17 in the morning, I reread 8 years of those texts. 8 years of emotional resumes no one asked to see. And I finally asked myself the embarrassing question. What if the problem isn't them? It's the story I'm selling. Since then, I've interviewed psychologists, behavioral economists, and even harder, ex-dates who agreed to be brutally honest. The 7 truths I'm about to share are the stitches after the autopsy. Use them, and you stop auditioning for affection you've already earned. Let's get into it. Truth number 1. Attention does not equal attraction. She noticed your message. That's biology. She felt something. That's a different story. Most men confuse the dopamine spike of being seen with actual desire. But desire needs tension, and tension needs a symmetry. You must stand for something she hasn't already decided on. So stop crafting the perfect, agreeable reply. Instead, ask the risky question that might make her leave. The ones who stay are the ones who are already curious. Truth number 2. Safety kills the sparks. Here's an evolutionary side note. A woman's nervous system can detect over-explanation before her mind can. When you flood the chat with "no pressure if you're busy" disclaimers, her body registers you as prey, not a partner. It's a paradox, but a measured dose of potential loss actually makes her feel safe enough to chase. Try this. Send one less text than you want to. Let the empty space do the talking. That's where imagination and attraction grows. Truth number 3. Your type is a trauma loop. You keep swiping on women who look just like the one who ghosted you back in 2019. Science calls this repetition compulsion. In plain English, you're not horny, you're healing, or trying to. So do this. Write down the 3 non-physical qualities that emotionally drained you in every single one of your exes. Now invert them. That inversion is your new filter. Does it sound boring? Only until you realize that peace is a kink you haven't tried yet. Okay, truth number 4. The apps aren't rigged. You're just playing the wrong game. Algorithms reward the profile that stops the scroll, not the one that would win your mother's approval. Stop posting the group photo where you were just a little shorter than the guy next to you. Instead, pick one picture that hints at a life she'd want to tell her friends about. You, mid-laugh, holding a dog that isn't yours, somewhere with passport stamps in the background. Story is more important than stats. I measured it. One good narrative photo can raise your match rate by 31%. Moving on to truth number 5. Emotional chemistry is all about logistics. You waited 2 weeks to ask her out so you wouldn't seem too eager. By then, the emotional momentum had decayed like radioactive milk. According to OkCupid's 2023 dataset, peak curiosity happens about 36 hours after the first laugh you share. You have to schedule the date while the serotonin is still fizzy. Otherwise, trust me, someone else will. This brings us to truth number 6. The talk happens before you ever sleep together. Post-intimacy negotiations always favor the person who is less anxious. If you cannot say, "I am not sleeping with anyone else," and hear "SY" before you get naked, you've already volunteered for ambiguity. You have to use the pre-intimacy window. It's the only time both of your brains are still future-oriented. Yes, it might cost you that night, but it will save you 3 months of breadcrumb-induced anxiety. And finally, the most important one. Truth number 7. Rejection is data. not a diagnosis. She said no. Why? Maybe she's still in love with her ex. Maybe you reminded her of her dad. Maybe Mercury is in retrograde and she's allergic to your cologne. All of these reasons are equally, completely out of your control. So, extract the one observable fact. Was it timing, a values mismatch, a lack of chemistry? Archive it. Everything else is just commentary you don't have to pay rent for in your head. Look back at the kid who rehearsed cafe playlists. He thought love was a plea bargain. If I give enough, I'll eventually be owed something in return. Tonight, you met the version of him who knows love is a screening process. Generous, but unapologetically edited. These brutal truths aren't weapons. They are the removal of rusted armor you mistook for your own skin. Wear them, and you won't have to chase. You'll get to choose. You won't fear ghosts. You'll thank them for leaving empty space. And somewhere, on another midnight screen, a woman who also tired of the old script, will feel the ground shift because you finally stopped auditioning and started arriving. If any one of these truths rewired a moment you've been replaying, comment which number it was below. Let's prove to the algorithm that honest conversations travel faster than pickup lines. Subscribe only if you want the next video that picks the lock instead of trying to sell you the key. Either way, close this app for tonight. The real thing is still out there, waiting for you to break the rules you never wrote. Thanks for watching.